E-mini playbook, 7-minute market recap, July the 3rd, 2023, the day before the holiday. Very interesting activity that we're going to get into today. Let's look at the playbook. The ground for today. In lieu of a short trading day, we ended the day early because of the holiday tomorrow. We still were able to see significant and interesting trading activities. First and foremost, what are we looking at? One, the daily chart right here. Two, the 2-minute chart. Bars on the 2-minute chart are significant for intraday movement. We're looking at zones here, and we're also looking at a darker zone, which signifies the first hour's trading range, which is significant. We're going to talk about that later. We have an algorithm, which is not proprietary. It's basically giving us a summary of market information. And the algorithm will paint either red or green based on what's happening with the candlestick. So we have the short term on top and we have the long term on the bottom. And we'll get into why that was significant today later. We have our volume dots, which are painting a dot when there is a significant increase in volume, which is crucial to look at when we're analyzing intraday trends. The flow, the ebb and flow of the market, the volume coming into the market and going out of the market is critical when we put that into perspective with the pricing activity that helps to tell the story of the day. Also, looking at the advanced decline line on the New York Stock Exchange, again, not proprietary public information, but we're using it to gauge how the market is flowing throughout the day. And lastly, the tick charts we're also using to gauge order flow. How are the dollars moving? Who's in control? Is it the bulls? Is it the bears? Which side of the market do we want to be on? Or do we want to sit on the fence? We look at those things. First and foremost, we start by looking at the daily chart. The daily chart is going to give us an idea of what the trend is. And we've had some interesting days to analyze because we broke through a significant zone on the E-mini at the 4,300 to 4,350 mark. We tried to break it back in December. We tried again in February. We were bumping our heads up against it all throughout May, and there was a chance that we would not break it because of the significant amount of time that we spent here. We drew this box, which represented the congestion activity of the market. Then what happened in early June? We finally break out of that congestion area, letting us know that this strong zone that has been in place for a long period of time has finally been broken and we can move forward, which brings us to where we are today. Our algorithm paints a dot at the end of each daily period, letting us know a summary of what happened throughout that day. If we're seeing the bulls in control, we're going to get a green dot painted. If it's a bearish day, we're going to get a red dot painted. If neither is in control, we're going to lean towards getting a white dot painted. And again, it's all an algorithm, so it's a numeric representation of what happened throughout that day. But when we put all those dots together, we are able to see the daily trend. And the daily trend gives us information about how our position should be played intraday. So when we broke through this zone, this was the early part of June, and we went up significantly. But then what happened? We got a pullback. We go over in our course, the nature of any zone is that it will not continue in one direction indefinitely. Even in a zone, there will be ebbs and flows. There will be ups and downs. There will be times when the market takes a break. There will be times when the market pulls back. There will be times when the market will continue its trend. Again, getting into the 7 market moods: trend, trend pause, trend continuation, congestion exit, trend continuation, and trend reversal. When we're looking at the daily chart and we're seeing these red candles here pulling back against the dominant zone, we make a decision of whether or not we're calling that the end of the trend, or we're calling that a trend pullback, which is the market basically taking a breath. And that will bring us into today's activity, which we start out the day where good thing to look at in the first hour of trading is the advanced decline line. How many advancers are there versus how many decliners are there? When we watch the news, CNBC, when we watch Bloomberg, when we watch all these news channels, the first and foremost things that they're talking about is what's happening with the advancers declining, like advancers decliners. Who's leading who? Are there more stocks increasing or are there more stocks decreasing? So the advanced decline line gives us that in a snapshot. And when we look at where we started, we're starting in positive territory. We're not going up drastically, but we are maintaining a consistent upwards flow on the advanced decline line. How does that translate into what's happening on the chart? It gives us a direction. It gives us a sense of which side of the market we want to be on. If we're starting in positive territory with more stocks advancing versus declining, that's letting us know that the bulls are in charge. They are controlling the market. There's not going to be a drastic downward movement when there are more stocks increasing than decreasing. So we put our position in place towards the long side. We look for some long position to get into. And that is in consideration of a day that's a light volume day, the day before a holiday, June 3rd, 2023. We have our algorithm built into a chart that we go into in our program, which is letting us know what the intraday trend is. Just like we could see the daily trend here, we can also see a dot painted at the end of each 2-minute period, letting us know what the intraday trend is. So from the market open, we're trending up. We're going into these white dots, which represents congestion, and then around 11:30, we continue upward and our trend continues up, consistent with what is happening in the long-term daily chart. Again, starting with the macro view, going to the micro view, giving us indication of which side of the market we want to be on and playing our position from there. I hope everyone traded good. I hope everyone's looking forward to a good 4th of July. We are looking forward to analyzing this upward trend, this exciting breakout, and we will continue to give you updates. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what your sentiment is for the market to continue up, down, or sideways. This is the E-mini Playbook checking off. Have a wonderful evening and a great 4th of July.